Welcome, everyone. I hope you are doing well. Let's look at risk-based auditing and effective compliance strategies. Auditors are in a critical position to be able to assess the overall safety and efficacy information that is generated during the course of the study, focusing, of course, as our product on making sure we have credible data from protected subjects. So we're going to look at similarities and differences in risk-based auditing and monitoring. And that's another thing too, in this guidance that the FDA just put out, they understand that maybe we're not going to be able to do on-site monitoring. So we should be relying more on the remote monitoring. And I personally, as an auditor, want to remind us of that too. I don't know about you, but what I have been seeing over the last several years is that the the monitoring plans that I received to review in preparation for audits or just doing an audit of a CRO or a sponsor have by and large gone back to 100% source document verification. So when a situation like this arises, which of course is not something that's going to happen every day, but we don't always have that flexibility. If we have wed ourselves to this antiquated way of performing monitoring, performing oversight, we are not going to be in a position where we can have that remote monitoring. Remote monitoring isn't just being somewhere else, right? When we audit, we look for communication planning and how the on-site monitors and data management work together and how issues are escalated and how we make sure that we're resolving things. So we're going to talk about differences in risk-based monitoring and risk-based auditing. We'll talk about the structure of quality assurance and quality control relationship. They're both focused on quality, but they're looking at it differently. We'll look at a risk assessment and management principles for clinical quality assurance. We know with our updates to ICH E6 R2, we have section 5.0 for sponsors to look at quality management, pulling in more about quality and quality management from manufacturing and really making sure that we are building quality in upfront. Looking at elements of risk-based auditing and compare that to traditional auditing practices. We'll talk about the timing of how that timing of an audit impacts our ability to assess and control risk. And we're going to evaluate recent non-compliance trends and regulatory focus for sites, sponsors, CROs, monitors, and IRBs. What is the FDA seeing when they're going out there? And what does it mean for us? We know right now there are a lot of things that are changing. A lot of things are in limbo. The FDA is, like other agencies, putting their focus on this. And there's the potential, of course, that maybe some inspections that are slated are not going to occur right now, but they will occur. I've been involved where I've done prep for FDA inspections, and clients were really happy because there was a furlough or there was a travel ban, but they still came, right? As soon as that was lifted, they were ready to go. So we're going to walk through some of the things we expect to see, what the agency is looking for. Everything's going to be geared towards the FDA, what they're expecting from us. We have some handouts, and I want to ask you if you are familiar with these. These are the FDA's compliance program guidance manuals on how they will conduct inspections of sponsors, CROs, monitors, and IRBs, and clinical investigators. So feel free to give me a green check if you are aware of these. Perfect. And so we've had updates throughout the years to those. The last one updated was the one for IRBs. So you have these here as handouts. They are very important documents. Basically, they're the answers to the test questions, as I like to say. The FDA tells you what it is they're going to be focused on when they go out and conduct these inspections. So if we establish our quality systems and subsystems to align with those, we will be well anchored in the regulations and be prepared for those inspections. And we also have the ICH E6 R2 information if you are not aware of that. Okay, so what is good clinical practice? Good clinical practice is how we conceive of, how we conduct, how we oversee, how we ensure compliance in human subject research using investigational products in a human subject population. And our focus is going to be on making sure, as we mentioned earlier, we are getting credible data from protected subjects. That's what the FDA is looking for. That's what we're looking for when we audit. Right? It's everyone's goal. It's what the public is looking for. Right? Can I rely on the information that's provided by this company for this product? We have to consider what is an audit. And as an auditor, These are auditors as well. You will see auditors and sometimes companies that are auditing go out and conduct high-level QC reviews, high-level remonitoring almost, and not really appreciate that auditing is a different task. When we audit, we are looking at systems. We are reviewing systems and we are independent of the entities that feed into those systems. So it's a systematic and independent examination of trial-related activities and documents to ensure compliance.